Just waiting for that to load. X is live. Lovely. Let's check YouTube. Waffle crypto coin. What the fuck is that? I didn't search that, did I, pal? Yeah, YouTube's live, lovely, and Instagram is live. Is your Instagram working, sir? Boom, boom. Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 79 of Crypto Waffle. Today's topics are time to short metals, the next leg lower in crypto is near, and over 700 million liquidated today. Who got wrecked? Which one would you like to start with?
We got wrecked.
We did get wrecked.
We got
for the first time in many a weeks.
On
our trades.
And you'll be extra furious with our wreckedness.
Why is that?
Because you wanted to sell. We had a spike, it's almost like a flame.
I literally said it. Didn't I? I said pullback week.
You said sell everything, and I said you have to have a vote first in the Telegram, and you said F the Telegram.
Yeah, I wanted to lock in those gains.
We didn't lock them in.
No, I know we didn't, and then we've gone negative.
The gains went.
It would have been our biggest trade today as well.
Yeah,
I think we should have a new rule in place: is that if we go over 50% within 24 hours or 48 hours of putting the trade on, we automatically just close 70%.
Yeah,
because I think it was silly not to. And the trouble is, it's all well and good having a community vote, but in real life, people can take their time to vote. People might not see the vote.
It takes too long, right?
Yeah.
But also, I do think, though, that we had the thesis going into the trade. I don't know why everybody wants to all of a sudden send me text messages now that we're recording. But we had a thesis going into the trade, and we stuck to it. And there was significantly higher upside to downside. We saw some of that upside. And we didn't know if there was to be more on the table or not.
No.
So we can't just change our rules.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
As the old saying goes.
It was a tough one to take. Really, it was a tough one to take.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
I think we've come to Waffle on Mondays feeling quite somber.
Yeah.
What should be party time. So, time to short metals.
Right. Do you want me to explain?
I'm not sure I want to hear it, to be honest with you.
Let me explain. So, a good YouTube channel that I watch is Maggie Lake. Let's see if I can show you guys first. This one here. Obviously, I watch this all the time as well. The best.
That is the best.
I watch Maggie Lake, and particularly these Friday episodes with Dale Pinkett. He also owns the YouTube TradeGate Hub.
See her thumbnails.
Where are we? Yeah.
That's how I wanted our thumbnails to be. You see how
we need to get actual photos of us then.
Oh, you don't? You want it to be actual pictures of us?
Yeah, we're not using no AI slop. When we're at our next meetup, and we'll do that today. Actually, we'll tell everyone on our next meetup is, we will get photos like headshots, and we'll use them. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. Anyway, particularly Dale Pinkett on a Friday. He's a technician in his later stages of life, probably 70s odds. Really good technician.
So he's been doing it a while.
Yes, he has a vast experience. Now, this is currently the dollar. Now, just to recap, because we probably haven't had a look at this in a while, this is the dollar longer term. There's a clear downtrend. with lower lows and a series of lower highs. Now, what is likely the continuation of this is going into the future is the same sort of stuff. So we likely see some sort of roll down to then going up again to lower and so on. Now, that is also known as the debasement trade. So that is us debasing the dollar. It could be pounds or euros as well, because that's the only way we know how, in how we do monetary policy globally, effectively. So the next major stage for the dollar is likely lower. But if we zoom into the slightly shorter term over the next couple of months or whatnot, there is nothing to say that the dollar can't get out of this sort of pattern that we've been in and have some sort of rally to the upside again. And if we were to rally to the upside again, that will likely cause a pullback in both metals and risk assets. Now, Dale Pinkett is talking about the likes of gold. Let's get that up now. Pulling back to approximately, and let me just make sure, I get this correct. He had his trend lines coming through here like this. He's talking gold about coming back to around 33,800 4K, give or take. Okay. There's also an argument to say that this forming on gold here is a potential bear flag, whatever you want to call it. And then the same sort of thing with silver. He's saying there is potential for silver to come down to this trend line, which is give or take in the 54 to 56 region. And again, you can kind of see where he's seeing this. You've got a series of higher lows after the top and a series of lower lows here. So I don't think he's wrong in a way. But the big thing is to remember here, if we get here, buy with everything you can have. Okay? Because that shorter term or that better buying opportunity, if that does result in a dollar rally to wherever, the next major move for the dollar is likely lower. Like, you haven't got to perfectly time it. Yes, it's lovely to do that, but let's live in a realistic world. If you're busy playing paddle, or you're busy vibe coding, or if you're busy playing netball or fishing or doing whatever you love doing, you're not going to have the time to look at stuff every day. So the key thing is to kind of set some alerts or price targets on your trading view, whatever you use to look at markets. And when this and if this happens, by all means. Now, he also talks in the thing about copper, and he doesn't like it here. And to be fair, as much as I said last week, and I bought this week actually, this weekly candle on copper is horrific. That's a classic reversal pattern. So that tells me that we could potentially have another retest of this sort of 530 area. But as I said, I think last week, if it wasn't last week, I definitely put in the VIP when I said I was buying more copper. The key is here is patience with the trade. It's staying the course. So yes, copper in the short term could come down to 530. Let's say you have an average price of 630 where I am. You could be down, give or take, what's that, 530, it's around there, 15%. But I think the key is, again, to stay the course. It's not to say, we think it's likely, and we looked last week, that copper likely goes and likely does something like gold and silver did in the longer term. So I just want to remind everyone, in the shorter term, we are talking a potential pullback. There are these trend lines that come into play. You can see where he gets them from. If we were to see some sort of break of this trend line to the upside, it looks like gold potentially has finished that call-off period and can head higher. And you could also say the same thing with silver if we were to get a break of some of these trend lines. But again, we'd have to see. And it doesn't bode well that Bitcoin hasn't managed to hang on to that sort of key area of support around 80K. We've lost that already. And we're now fighting for our lives at 76. If we were to lose 76, and if they're correcting a dollar rally, we likely see this puke lower again. And it wouldn't surprise me if we go to new fresh lows, naming 58, possibly 52. Because you've got to remember that also that Bitcoin and crypto is the highest liquidity sensitive asset. But you've also got to remember yes, it's bad saying that Bitcoin is potentially going to have another leg lower to new lows, but it's also will be the first asset to bottom when liquidity comes back. So yes, you might think, oh, S&P's all-time highs now. We could be at a point where S&P, let's say we get to October, end of the year, Bitcoin's probably looking to bottom then, realistically, and S&P may have just started its rollover. So then you will see Bitcoin strength as liquidity is coming out of S&P 500, and people are going, hang on a minute, Bitcoin's at 40k. Like, are you joking me? That's dirt cheap. I want a bit of that. I've just sold my Micron shares that are up 4x, or my AMD shares or Nvidia shares that I did 15x on. So you'll see this sort of rotation. But that's what I'm seeing in the metals markets in the short term and the dollar that could possibly lead to a risk-off period for metals and risk assets. Like I say, though, in the longer term, if you get silver at 50, you best be sure that I am backing at that truck up to that area.
Is it even worth trading these things with this level of uncertainty?
When you say trading, you're talking about spot trading, you're talking about leverage trading?
Short-term trading. So having something with a view to not having it for longer than a few months.
As a hedge against your spot portfolio, yeah, by all means. You can do, because if you make any money, then happy days. If you don't, then you just got to be happy with the amount that you lost. Again, it also depends how often you're looking at these markets.
I heard they were supposed to be doing some money printing today.
Well, they're doing money printing anyway. I know Japan are likely going to have to step back in again because the dollar yen's back up towards that. I think it's 160 area, and every time it gets there, they usually step back in.
Yeah, no, there was a specific thing. I was 74. No, it's not it.
What was it to do with?
The Fed in liquidity injection.
They're doing their reverse. What was it called? Something for repo purchases, weren't they? Which is like 40. Is it 40 billion a month or something?
Well, no, I don't think it's that much because they're saying 6.8 billion.
We know they're adding QE. Effectively.
So how does that?
Basically, what they're adding isn't enough to push risk.
Yeah. Okay. So it
does
seem like a small number.
Yeah, because you've also got bond yields and stuff at highs. Like you've got UK gilts and near our all-time highs. The 20-year Treasury yield is at 5.4% in the US. It hasn't been this high since October 23. 10-year yield, you're up near 5%. It hasn't been this high since Jan 25. 2-year yields at 4%. 5-year yield is at 4.25. Haven't been this high since Feb 25. So bond yields, there's something going on in the bond market. They're not happy about it. If the bond market breaks, then there's a potential for some sort of liquidity crisis or financial crisis in there. But then again, we know the game. Like if something breaks, they just print more money.
Yeah.
And do you remember we were talking on the subject of commodities, while we're kind of talking about gold and silver? I just want to refresh everybody's memories with regards to corn and wheat. So this is corn, and we were saying that, look, theoretically you could be long corn for a while here. You've got a nice big base forming. Your stop losses could be at the orange SMA here. Same sort of thing with soybeans, although again, a dollar rally would likely in the short term drop these back. And as I'm going to quote Dale here, he said, come back towards June or end of June, and you will probably have a decent chance of buying wheat, soybeans, corn lower than where they are today. So just want to put them back on people's radar. The other one to look at is sugar.
So he's planning on wheat being cheaper.
Yes. So a dollar rally is basically bad for risk. I mean, obviously you have the weather involved with regards to crops and other things.
Yeah, and the no fertilizer that everybody's
Yeah, no
panicking
fertilizer.
about.
That's and there's an argument to say that's now a crowded trade. Like this rally could have been the no fertilizer. There's also talk of an El Nino, which is some sort of weather event happening in the US or globally. So if that is to cause severe droughts or other things, that again plays into the hands of wheat, soybeans, corn, and stuff like that. But I don't think they're a bad thing to watch. Like sugar, I made a decent bit of money off of this into 23. You're now coming back into what I would class as a key area of support, and you're looking for this to start to build a base here, really. I don't think there's a tradable angle here at the moment until you really see it flip some moving averages and whatnot. Like you've got a bit of a divergence going on here on the weekly, but I think it's just worth keeping these on your radar. I mean, because as you can see, if I zoom out a bit, wheat's been in this big base for a while. If we were to start clearing where we are now, call it 700 area, what's to say it can't retest that $1,300 high, which was, I think, Ukraine Russia invasion, and same sort of thing for wheat.
Yeah, with the wheat one, I feel like we've probably got a bit of a way to go.
Yeah, these things take time. Obviously, I look at this stuff of a longer time frame. But if anyone's looking for places, maybe they've done really well in semis or whatever it is, and you need to reposition some capital. Like realistically, and I was watching Benjamin Cohen the other day, energy stocks typically top around a year to 2 years after the S&P tops on average. So e.g., if you're scared of the stock market topping, what's to say you can't take some profits off? Say you've made a decent amount of money, take 50% off. You're like, I want a bit of risk on, look to buy some energy stuff.
Yeah. What can we get energy-wise on Hyperliquid?
I don't think you can get any.
There's none on there.
You might be able to get Nat Gas.
Nat Gas was
but
on
we
there,
won't be
right?
able to do that in our vault.
No. Nat Gas is there, yep.
Oil, Brent, but I mean, I'm talking more stocks when it comes to energy. Like you want to be looking at solar panel stocks. You want to be looking at oil stocks. What else is there?
WTI is back above 100, so 102.
Yeah, so it's about trying to play stuff, really.
All right, so what we doing about Bitcoin? We're at 76 here. Is it time to assume that the 80K region was the local top?
I don't think you can assume. Like I said earlier, like we're hanging on to this 76K support, and if I just share my screen again. As you can see, and if I was to just draw a little box, this area here, this yellow box, was acting as a, I mean, you can see for a couple weeks here, because these are, sorry, a couple days. This is a daily candle chart. It was acting as support before breaking lower, and then it acted as resistance to 3 occasions, 4, 5, before we finally broke on like our 6th attempt. So now you want to see this act as support. If we were to lose this, I mean, call it 75.5, 76K to 79 region, then I think you look for new lows, or at minimum a retest of 65. If we are to hold, then like it's still on the cards that we go to 85 and beyond. it's very difficult, and the key is to see what the dollar does, really. So you'll be watching this.
Have you been watching MicroStrategy?
No, I haven't. Should we have a look? Oh,
Yeah, have a look at them. Not their numbers, their news, and apparently they are considering if they may have to sell some Bitcoin
for what reason?
to pay some note or something like that.
Right. Okay. So it's probably with how their debt structured, I imagine.
Yeah, MSTR to sell Bitcoin.
I mean, just looking at the MSTR, you've got what is potentially a double bottom pattern here. So you've had your breakout, retest or retesting there. So you'd be looking for this 150 area to hold. If you wanted to get long, this is where you want to be adding in and around this zone. You could have stops at say 140. You know, if you get below there, you're wrong. But you'd be looking for this to rotate higher if you're looking for a risk to continue to rally.
I was saying that he was going to go to jail this year.
Don't be silly.
He's not even been nicked yet.
He won't get nicked. He's in bed with Trump.
So wants to mind that Trump don't get nicked.
He won't get nicked until his presidency's over.
Yeah, and even then, I think they'll leave him alone. He'd be an old man then. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the ETF ins and outs on social.
What's this? The MSTR ETF?
Nah, just any of them. BTC ones.
I know we had outflows again.
Yeah, 300 million.
A decent amount of outflows. Where are we?
Decent amount. Right.
Today we've had 290 mil. Sorry, as of the 15th, that was Friday.
Oh yeah, of course, because this is on American time. I'll just literally looking at the exact same thing.
I'll
quickly share my screen. So this is what we do when when we want to see how TradFi are viewing things. I'm quite surprised, if I'm honest, with how liquid maybe the ETF markets are, or not liquid. That the velocity of the ins and outs.
Yeah.
Because I'd always been led to believe that these sorts of stocks, this sort of money was like institutional. So it'd be like pension funds and things like that, where they buy something and they plan to hold it for long term, not this in and out hokey cokey that they're doing.
The in and out hokey pokey stuff is hedge funds just arbitraging a trade.
Yeah.
So they're going to be long something short Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Or it could be long MSTR short Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be pocketing the funding difference.
Hedging about. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of the ETFs and stocks and big cryptos is. It's just hedging.
Yeah.
It's just people hedging stuff. So
yes
and no. You will have these pension funds or buyers that have just bought and are doing nothing. But there will be, I would say, the majority volume is people that are probably hedging stuff, which is why we see such drastic outflows when there's a market event.
When there's some event. So you were saying about liquidations. Where do you go to get information on how many liquidations there's been?
Right. So you can go to Grok. I normally use Twitter as a good gauge.
Why isn't it on Hyperliquid?
What's that?
The liquidations. Why doesn't Hyperliquid have a stat that shows liquidations in the past 24 hours to the upside or to the downside?
I have no idea.
Because it could do, right?
Idea.
Yeah, it could do because it's on-chain information.
No, I don't think they have it.
They don't.
I mean, I only saw a headline on CoinMarketCap.
All right, I'm gonna have a look for because that would be a pretty.
I mean, they might already do it. I don't actually
Someone will
know.
be doing it. So here we go. CoinGlass have got it. Hyperliquid liquidation map. Because it'll be on-chain information,
Has it got a nice little visual for us to look at?
I'm having a look now. Yeah, you might be able to understand this. This is not exactly my wheelhouse, but let's have a look anyway.
Let's have a butch. Right.
So, analysis of actual liquidation levels.
So all the red is longs and green is shorts.
Yeah.
So you can see if you drag your cursor to the left.
Oh, I think this is showing where we have to go to for them to get liquidated.
Oh, so this is like a heat map.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, so it's saying there's a lot of liquidations up at, or if you hang over the...
Up here. So,
yeah.
What's this?
74,000. So that you can see that there's a lot of people potentially be liquidated at 74k.
Yeah.
That are currently long.
Yes.
And that makes sense because my grok said approximately 1 to 1.3 billion USD in total crypto liquidations has happened over the last 48 hours. ETH has led with 240 million of that. Bitcoin followed with 151 million. Other coins like Solana and XRP made up the rest. Previous 24 hours, based on ongoing market volatility and reports of sharp drops in Bitcoin down to 76k, this brings this 48-hour total to roughly 1.3 billion, give or take. Also, the headline news that you see the White House just before we went live have rejected Iran's deal again. Okay. So that won't help. Yeah, so that one you were just on, that little heap map, they're quite good.
Model 2, yeah.
Yeah, so those darker, those like yellow areas,
yeah,
that's where there's liquidity. So some people, and I've got one of these on my charts actually, I think. Let me have a look. So some people trade around those.
Yeah, so what would you say? You'd say at this point where there's... No, I think this means that there's more liquidity here. So there's more liquidation.
So the brighter the thing, the more liquidity there is. So if it's really bright yellow,
then when you get there, there's more chance of there being a like a serious sell-offs, and it comes down harder.
Not serious sell-offs, but that's the sort of area that market makers will look to go to hunt people's stops effectively.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, in turn that can cause what should we call it? That can cause liquidation events because it can start a cascade.
Exactly. So, right, okay. All right, so this is quite an interesting little tool that I never really considered should exist, but it does. So what I'm thinking is that if we get to this area, which is 75.7,
yeah,
which is kind of what you literally just said, there is a lot of people who have got their liquidation prices there.
Yeah, so if there's a high likelihood in that 75 gets hit, and then we could bounce. Because usually, I don't know if you can put this on like a bigger time frame. What is this on? This is like hourly, isn't it? So if you can put this on like a monthly or a weekly, usually market makers will look to hit big liquidity zones before going for another leg up. So i.e. in bull markets, if there's big areas of liquidity and it might be a wild swing of like 20%, people go, oh, that's not going to happen. Like you get some sort of wild swing, you get a liquidity event hit, people get stopped out, and then that's when we rip. Because they just had all their money stolen. Yeah, look, you see where it says 24 hours in the top right?
Yeah.
Well, can you change that to like monthly or weekly? Yeah.
Log in to unlock full data.
Yeah, you got to get premium probably.
I bet I don't.
We can see your screen.
That's all right. There's no secrets here. No secrets here, lad.
You've already got a CoinGlass account, have we?
Of course. Right. Well, how do I get back to where I was? The only problem.
Where did you go? Go back up to the top.
Fund liquidation.
There you go.
Liquidation
Heat
heat
map.
map model 2. 24. What was we looking for? Weekly?
1 week. There you go. So you can also see that there's big liquidity up and around that, call it 82.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a high likelihood we revisit that.
You think we get pulled to the brightness? We get pulled.
Yeah. That's what that is. So that's where big money's sitting. So you can see that when so if you go back to like, what is it, 77K area, and then, yeah, so go left a bit and then up. Yeah, that there. So we had that area, and you see we tested it a couple times before finally breaking. So the market makers were chewing its way through liquidation levels there.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously once they broke, you go down to the next level. And
then you see these dark areas. You just cut through it like a hot knife.
Yeah, that's where there's not much liquidity anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
So you can see that there's like a kind of yellow bit above us around 80-ish K, give or take, 79.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there, 79K. So there's going to be an area of liquidity, but it's the brighter one. So what about the monthly? If you go to the monthly now, what does that look like? Okay, there you go. So there is big liquidity in that 60 region, or 64 to 60K.
Yeah.
And that also lines up with major areas of support we've looked at.
Yeah.
So it's likely those areas of liquidity below us and above us get taken at some point. It's just in what order do they get taken?
Well, I think you take one or the other, don't you?
No, why do that when you can go for both?
Because what are the chances if we get up here?
See, if I was a market maker,
this liquidity will move, right? Doesn't have to stay there.
It depends where they've longed from, because those longs might be from before we can even see on this chart. So, I mean, if I was a market maker, I'd be taking it to 82K, getting that nearer liquidity, then dropping it to 60, and then rallying up to the 90s again. So you can see that the biggest areas of liquidity are currently above us around 84K, sorry.
84, yeah.
Yeah, and then below us around 55.
Yeah, how did you know? How did you know?
Because it's support as well. Like, yeah. It's weird how heat maps also line up with big areas of support and resistance on charts.
Then there's the all-time high. There's quite a lot of stuff in this area.
Yeah, but it's no way near as dense as like the 58 to
no.
To thingy,
and I guess this is probably people.
Yeah, that's probably just small
assuming
retail.
that we're not going to go back here.
Yeah, and it's probably just small retail. Like, market makers aren't that interested in hitting small retail unless they're all in the same area. Like, they're big whales with big liquidity that are making up those heat maps.
This is crazy. This 55 is looking bright.
Well, we said that 50, I think the bottom's in around that. What did we say? 50 to 60K? Or was it 40 to 50K?
50 to 60.
Yeah, like, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, 50 to 60. Liquidation map API. Oh!
It's just what order do they do it? But then also, you can also look at this and think, actually, okay, there's big liquidity down at 55-ish. There's also big liquidity up at 96, wherever it is, 82. Why don't I just set some buy orders, give or take 58, 60K, because they're going to go down there at some point. I pick up some cheap Bitcoin. You can even maybe stick a couple longs on down there with wide stops, see if they stay the course. If not, then is what it is. But you can use heat maps. I think they're really good for setting limit orders. So if you want cheap assets, look at the asset, go to heat maps, and then see where you want to stick some limit orders for when you're maybe too busy with life.
Yeah, to just sit around.
Yeah.
So this is Hyperliquid over the past week. Can we do a month?
So is this just the hype chart? Oh, no, this is Bitcoin on hype. Okay.
This is Bitcoin on hype. Yeah. And where the liquidity is here. Obviously, it's going to be in the same places.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've got it means that the information does exist. Got all these CoinGlass is immense, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is all free information. Top liquidation events. Oh, 1010. All right, so we haven't matched that one.
No.
What will today's one be? 2026. No, look, we're not even in the top 20.
Oh, it's the 13th for the 5th there.
Where? Yeah, but not 2026 though.
Yeah, I think it was. Keep going up. Keep going up.
2021.
31st of the 1st.
Yeah,
sorry, that's the one I saw.
That was January, but yeah, no. And the good thing about this puts it into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't had over $1 billion worth of wipes. I think this only goes back to 2021. US tariff hike on China. It says what it is. AML crackdown rumor mining halt. Tesla stance reversal. Overheated rally correction. El Salvador BTC law launch dump. Over leveraged longs. Yemen anti-BTC or Yellen, sorry. Turkey crypto payment ban. Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Very interesting. Have you seen that apparently, changing the subject almost totally, apparently NFTs are back.
NFTs?
Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they're
I take it it's the big ones.
Yeah, it will be first.
Like
But
CryptoPunks and whatnot.
amount being traded has jumped. Well, I can see the 24-hour volume. Can't see a volume chart over any period of time. But yeah, I think we may get another. It was looking like we were going to get alt season, NFT season, copper. Rally.
Well, we still might. It's just that you have these little pullbacks and it opens up potential doors, doesn't it? So and like I said last week, for me, I have done nothing with my spot positions, like nothing. The only trade I closed last week was my eBay trade, which worked out perfectly to a T. But other than that, I've done nothing. And if we get lower prices, I add. If we go higher, I'm on board.
Yeah.
So for me, it really doesn't matter. And I think that's probably the best situation you can be in. I can only be in that situation if you have a longer time horizon.
Yeah. And if you've got a shorter time horizon, chances are you're going to get roughed up anyway, because that's what this market does to people. I'm just trying to see if I can find I saw an Instagram post that showed all of the things that were happening this week. And it was quite extensive.
What to do with like CPI and
data. Yeah, we had quite a busy.
I can find it quick.
I was looking. I should have sent it to you. I don't know what possessed me.
So if we just search economic trading calendar or economic calendar. So today we have the Atlanta Fed. No, that's nothing major. Home builder confidence. Tuesday we've got Fed governor speech.
Yeah.
Pending home sales.
FOMC, yeah, and then home sales, yeah.
Yeah, FOMC is Wednesday.
What site are you using to get this information? Let me
Market Watch. I'll share my screen so people can see.
Yes, please.
So normally I just type in economic calendar data. And it's this. So if you go to Google Economic Data Calendar Market Watch, so you can see we've got FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Thursday we got initial jobs claims.
Oh, and we got Nvidia earnings this week.
Oh, have we got Nvidia earnings as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nvidia
And
earnings.
Friday we've also got consumer sentiment and then some economic indicators.
So let me see, when are Nvidia earnings? When are
Probably the same day as initial jobs claims or something, probably.
I think it's Thursday. I wanna
Yeah,
say
same day
Thursday.
as initial jobs
Right.
claims. So that's going to be a
Wednesday.
volatile day.
It's Wednesday,
Right, okay.
day after tomorrow. After US markets close,
That'll be a volatile day.
I feel like that's going to be massive.
I think they beat again though.
You
I
reckon?
just don't know whether the beat's going to be big enough to keep this market going. That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
what ultimately the market's probably looking for.
Some way to run away and take all this risk off the table.
Yeah. Indeed. Right, should we do our predictions?
Yes, let's please do those. I really can't find this poxy. I want to find like an NFT thing that shows me the volume over the past month.
I think OpenSea does. But their website is really crap.
Oh my God, it's always been so bad.
Right, so starting off with Bitcoin, we're both just short. We said 85k. We went to a high of approximately, give or take, 82.5. ETH, both wrong again. We both said 2.550, even though I think at the start I'd said 2.1.
Consistently, yeah, we've got. Yeah, you changed your mind actually.
Yeah,
we've consistently. You would also on Bitcoin. You had said 78. It was Bitcoin that you changed your mind on.
Oh, was it? I thought it might have been ETH.
Yeah, you changed your mind on Bitcoin.
Sol, both wrong again. We only went to a high of 98. MSTR, both short again. Turbo, both short. And copper.
Wait, whoa. Slow down on Turbo. You didn't get to 18.
No, we went as high as 15.6. The only one that's close, and it's down to you whether you give me the win or not, is copper touched a high of 672. And I said, what, 678?
You said 6.8.
Oh, 6.8. Sorry.
It's close enough, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. And you know what, right? When it had shot up like that next day, in my mind, I was thinking, I'm going to get this one with this massive I think I said $7 dead. I thought, I'm going to get this one. And I'll get an extra point and I'll look like a right genius. And then the market's just literally turned against us on a sixpence.
Yeah, it's probably on the Friday. Or was it? No, Wednesday last week.
Yeah, that Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday.
But yeah, unfortunately, not a great week.
Well, it happens.
It does. We can't be perfect forever.
It happens to the best of us.
So, where do you want to be this week? Now, bear in mind that this yellow box, give or take, 75 to 76.6 is going to be acting as support. Where do you think we can go?
I think
I'm going to say back to 82.
Yeah, because you see all these three lines are all coming together. Like,
yeah, all the SMAs are starting to.
All the SMAs
close.
are converging.
You want to see them act as support, though. You do we want to see this orange SMA be acting as support. If we don't, it's not good. Because you can see when we're in trends, it holds it really well. Like you can dip below but jump back up. It's just about trying to hold the support here.
The orange one.
ETH. I'm gonna say 250.
Wait, hold on. What did you say for Bitcoin?
I said 82. What do you say?
I haven't yet. But I'm gonna take the bears. I'm gonna take the bear side.
And go where?
I'm going to go 71.
Ugh. Okay.
That's a massive move, isn't it?
That's not good. ETH. I'm gonna go 250.
Yes.
Where
I'm
would you
going
like to
to
go?
go 1900.
1900.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I'm going bearish this week.
Right. What other assets do we want?
Well, that's a good question. Can we
Bitcoin,
have?
ETH. What else?
Can we have hype?
Yeah, I'd like to put Nat Gas in this week
Okay.
as our commodity.
Yeah. And shall we put in a metal or a meme coin?
We need to be able to trade it, really.
Should we do Tau?
Yeah.
Tau's had a horrific week. I'm just thinking of what's had the worst week. So Pump.Fun, Tau, Pengu, Sui, they've all had pretty bad weeks. But I think if any of them rebound, it's more than likely to be Tau.
Right. So hype. What do you think?
Hype has been the second best performing asset of the whole week.
I really want a hype to come down to 34, 35.
I'm going to say we will go down to 40. You thinking I might as well say 38?
No, I'm going to say 38.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to go for it.
Okay, Bitcoin up, hype down.
Were you saying 40?
I'm saying 40, yeah.
Nat Gas. So look, it's nearing our targets now. We're just a couple weeks too early.
Can I go 3.4?
Yeah. Okay. I am going to go 3.2. Is that allowed? No, is that enough?
It's not even 10%, but it's Nat Gas, isn't it? It's not a meme coin, so.
Yeah, but Nat Gas does move like quite volatile. I should tell you what, I'm just going to join you. 3.4. And then Tau. I mean, you're back at an area of support.
This is the only one.
Can I say 300?
Oh, I was going to say 300 as well.
Okay, we'll both go there then.
This will be my hedge. My hedge one will be Tau 300.
So now, which ones do we look to trade?
We agree on hype and Tau, but doing one long and one short seems mad. So maybe we'll do a limit.
Yeah, I was thinking limit long and hype.
Oh, limit long and hype from 40.
Well, from like the 40 to 38 area.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
And then
then I was thinking maybe long in Tau, Bitcoin, or ETH.
do you want to limit long ETH? You know we've lost on ETH longs 2 weeks in a row.
What, limit long from your targets? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Maybe not my target because my target's a bit sensational.
No,
But
I think we market long if we limit long hype though.
third time lucky.
Third time's a charm.
Okay. So Mark, you want to market long ETH and then limit long hype.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. Right, over to you, sir.
All right. First of all, in the interest of fairness, I will show our vault, even though it looks like crap. Our APR over the past month is now down to 41%. Our trade history, if we do it by time, has now got 2 minuses in a row, which hasn't happened to us yet. And one of those, we definitely could have walked away with $100.
Yeah, the turbo.
The turbo one, yeah, that was the real bad one.
So annoying.
Instead, we got this minus 17%. So that's a hard one. Tough pill to swallow. On the plus side, though, we do have a new depositor who's literally just joined today with a massive $500.
I know who that is.
So good luck to that fool.
I'm surprised he managed to get the full lot in, to be honest, the full allocation.
Yeah, we've still got a little bit of space.
How much liquidity do we have to have?
No,
Is it 10%?
yes, we have to have 10%.
So how much have we deposited?
If I go to our cryptowaffle.fun page and look at our vault page, I know it's not showing you guys, but I can see here. There's $1,430 that can be added.
Right.
Okay, so our trades.
So what we're going to do, a limit long hype.
Yeah. And
from
market
40.
And then the market long tail. All right, let's do the hype first. Well, let's make sure, as we like to check each week, that we can't do TradFi's yet.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, so we still can't do any of those, but here we go. Hype. Oh, we're bad with hype, we are. Oh, actually, no, we're not bad, actually.
We're all right with hype.
Close long at 40. Yeah, we've done all right with hype. Oh, and we're going long, yeah? But
limit long
from
40.
40.
Unless you wanted to do a short.
What do you want to do? A market short?
Yeah, market short, stops above the local highs, so call it stops at 48. Let me just have a look at the hype chart to make sure that looks right.
Oh, sorry. This is wrong.
Yeah. Shorts, market short where we are now. Stops at like 47.60 on fresh local highs. Because effectively, we're both thinking that hype goes down, aren't we?
Yeah.
So then we just have our take profit at 39, which is between me and you.
Okay. Take profit at 39. Stop loss 48. Right, why is that not right? Oh, so I'm not pretty sure. What an idiot. 99. Stop loss 48. Good to go?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Hold on, this can't be right. What's going on here? Okay, margin 320. Okay, cool. All right. So the hype short is in.
Boom.
And next we want to do a...
What would you like to long? Bitcoin? Actually, no, not Bitcoin.
Weren't we gonna market long Tau?
Yeah, it's just Tau we agree on. Yeah, market long Tau with stops at, say, let's have a look on hype. Stops at, say, what, 240?
Yeah. Oh, should we say 239?
If you want.
Just so that we don't kiss it, because it's literally right on the button there.
And then what, take profits at 300?
Yeah. Yeah. Good to go?
Yeah.
3x. First order. Wash. Isolated. Okay, neither of them are looking too bright at the minute. Hype short and a Tau long. I feel like this week we are possibly, probably in fact, over trading.
When, last week?
No, this week.
Why is that?
I feel like if we weren't doing this show, we wouldn't be making these trades.
I don't know. I've been looking to make some trades for my own.
Through Tau or hype?
No, not really. I've been looking at stocks.
Yeah.
And then
Metal.
just spot. So not like leverage trade per se.
Okay, so in your private life, away from the glitz and glamour of, oh, actually, we can do one trade like that because we've got this USDC. Oh, I thought
that was meant to be added to
our position, but
yeah.
We've got this small balance here, $62, which
that was meant to be added to our TVL, so it increases the amount of people that can put in the vault.
Oh, okay.
Unless you wanted to keep it spare and do a nat gas something with it.
Yeah, I want to keep it spare and do thing, and whatever we earn off of it, we'll put into the vault.
Okay, so we want to do something with nat gas, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're both long.
Long nat gas.
Yeah, I think we do a market long.
All right, let's sell this soul first of all. Let's sell all of it.
Sell his soul.
Sell this soul. So we've got $62. So we're going to do whack the whole lot on nat gas.
Yeah. Well, not the whole lot. I was thinking, let's do it a little bit risky here. Isolated, 2x, $20 margin, no stops, no take profits. See where we are next week.
$20?
do you think?
Let's do 30 at least.
Or at 2x, your margin's actually only 10.
No, I was going to put the margin as 20, so we get 40. So it'd be 40.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
But I want to do 3. Why is
What?
it not showing anything?
Because you need to transfer it to perps.
Yeah. Look at us, last of the big spenders, $62. That is
Gosh.
a succulent Chinese meal. If we lose this. Right. So we want to put in $20, you say?
$20
At 2x or 3x?
2x, because nat gas can be quite volatile.
Okay. Place the order. Isolated market.
But do you like the idea of no TP, no stops?
Yeah, I do.
Liquidate us.
If you're tough, liquidate us.
What is our liquidation price, by the way?
$1.67.
Oh, okay. We've got a very wide gap.
I don't think it will get down there, but it's only 2x, isn't it? So you got to lose 50%.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I don't know that it's ever been $1.67 for nat gas. Well, obviously it has at some point, but
I think we will be all right.
yeah, we should be fine. And that wraps us up a mere 105 seconds over the 1 hour that we're supposed to be doing.
It does indeed. Right, well, actually, before we go, let's announce our next meetup.
Yes.
So, ladies and gents, we are having a meetup on the 20th of June, 2026. It is the Saturday. So please be sure to keep the dates in your diary free. I will put out a message into the Telegram. Now it will be in the central of London, which just seems to be the best spot for everybody. So if we haven't met you before, be sure to turn up. The weather should be decent coming into June. But yeah, we're going to do what we did last time. Go get some food, have some drinks, and just have a good time.
It will be my last Crypto Waffle meetup.
No, it won't. There's plenty more going to happen. They'll just be in different places around the world.
Oh, yes. In London. If you let me finish my sentence, sir, it will be my last Crypto Waffle meetup in London. The next one is scheduled for somewhere in West Africa.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can get the Financial Navigator some sunburn. And
I don't burn.
oh, you tan up?
I go
nicely,
a
do you?
lovely tan brown.
Okay, fair enough.
I just got to be very careful with how long I spend in the sun.
Okay.
I have to monitor the situation. If I'm looking lobster red, it's time to go under the umbrella for a bit.
Yeah, fair enough. So we'll try not to do that. But yeah, so 20th of June, 2026, location to be confirmed. For further information, join our Telegram.
Or drop us a message on socials.
Or drop us a message on socials. Yeah, cryptowaffle.fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
And we shall catch you next week.